Oh, hi, I'm Nick Shell, and you caught me again thinking about hair loss. That's all I ever think about ever in the real world, aside from this YouTube video channel. All I ever, if someone says, hey Nick, how you doing? I say, just thinking about hair loss. Hey Nick, what's for lunch? I haven't even thought about it. I'm still thinking about hair loss. Well, speaking of hair loss, here we go. We got a comment today on a video I made a while back called, when does shaving your head start making you look younger? And Gabriel Kandari had this to say, quote, the real question is, at what age does shaving your head not make you look younger? Example, Matthew McConaughey, end quote. I like this. This is interesting to me. Now, something I have been told about Matthew McConaughey is what you see up here is not necessarily what it would have been had there not been intervention. I have heard a theory that perhaps he has some sort of system in place, which is, I don't want to say, like some kind of woven system. I've also heard it implied that perhaps he's had a hair transplant. Okay, so, and now that I think about it, when have I even seen him with a shaved head? Maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe there is a movie or show where he has a shaved head or buzzed off hair. That's disgusting. Why in the world is there's just poop? I mean, that's weird. There's pine trees, there's a basketball goal, and then there's poop. And I mean, like, poop with flies and worms? How does that happen? There's a bird feather, but just, what? This is weird. Maybe that video I made over the weekend where I died from lack of protein because I'm a vegan, maybe that wasn't a joke. Maybe this really is what happens after you die and after you start losing your hair. Why is there a light shining on me all of a sudden? I'm just going to assume that I'm still alive right now. Matthew McConaughey. Yeah, I can't think of a time with him, seeing him with really short hair. So to say that he looks younger or older with shorter hair, I couldn't comment on that. But yeah, I think it's an interesting concept to know when that is, because even for me now, at this point I have no intentions of buzzing off my hair or shaving it anytime soon. At this point, right now I'm more fixated on continuing to try to prove that maybe that these argan oil, the rosemary oil, is actually maintaining my hair. And obviously, I mean, I've been a vegan for 4 years, but if there's a chance that that's maintaining my hair that I have, I think that's worth exploring before I lose my hair anyway, because there's not a lot of, well, there's no other YouTuber out there or anyone on the internet that is testing out these things while experiencing hair loss. So I kind of owe it to the world not to cut my hair off short right now anyway. So, but it does make me wonder if I would be. Well, you tell me. Let's make this the closing. Would I look older or younger with buzz? Like, so let's say like 1.5 buzz. I did that video where it compared me at all the different like buzz cut numbers, and most people agreed that like 1.5 or 2 looked the best on me. So would I be better off buzzing it all off at 1.5, or keeping it even now? I'm growing my hair longer, but even with the hairstyle I have now, I mean, what do you think? How would I look older? I'm 36. That's my actual age. But if I were to, and you can go back and look at those videos, and maybe my hairline could be even slightly different, whatever. But the question ultimately being, would I look older or younger with a buzz cut? But then, even as we answer that question, there's the fundamental issue, and that ultimately it doesn't really prove anything, because I don't care if I look older, is the thing. You saw the video I did with my dad on his back porch over the weekend, and people were complimenting him. This wasn't on camera, but my mom was telling me all of a sudden, because she said, oh, when I told her someone complimented my dad, on one of the videos, that he actually looked more handsome than I did. She said, you know, it's funny because he's been getting a lot of second takes here recently. People find your dad to be handsome, but specifically she was saying as he's getting older, because he's 60 now. But it's like getting older doesn't necessarily mean you look worse. Like for some people, sure, but when you're taking care of yourself like he does, he exercises, he's not a vegan like I am, but I think other than maybe eating fish, I think he's pretty close. But so I'm not distracted or camping out on the fact that, oh, well, if you're saying that I would look younger if I just buzzed my hair off, even it's just for fun, but it doesn't prove anything. I get it that for some people it's important to stay looking young. But just like this whole thing about embracing the baldness, it's also embracing the aging too. And I know many of you are saying, but Nick, I'm only 16, I'm only 17. Well, but if that's where your genetics are heading, and you're going to be the guy that loses his hair soon, I think in addition to, you know, embracing the idea of being the guy who's bald and shaving his head or whatever, you're also the guy that's embracing the fact that you're going to, in theory, look older at a younger age than other people your age, but it's a matter of time before they catch up to you, and by that point you've already accepted your role in your genetics as that guy. So I think it's interesting. I think there's a paradox or two in there, and that we can say, well, would I look older or younger if I shaved all my hair off? But then you have to think, is looking older a bad thing? And then you could even say, is it a good thing? It could actually be a good thing to look older. And you can look, being older, and of course more confident and more skilled in life, can make you so much more attractive anyway, that in itself, compared to a full head of hair. And as you get older, you start realizing that. It's hard to hear that and believe it at age 16. But looking older is not necessarily a bad thing if you do it right.